So Destiny just gave us an update a couple of weeks ago, but I want to share my thoughts on it, on what happened between him and his ex-wife Melina, and what led to the divorce, and what's happening now between them. So I made a whole video about this, and I honestly thought that she initiated the divorce because she met a man. What she did, she did meet a man, but he's the one that initiated the divorce, which is shocking to me. Absolutely shocking, because here's what I heard, from what I understood from people, from other video YouTubers or whatever, talking about the situation, that she divorced him because he was putting boundaries. He wanted to put some boundaries. I'm like, okay, so Destiny wanted to put his dominance or whatever on this independent woman. But that's not the case at all. He initiated the divorce, and the reason why he initiated the divorce, if you want to watch the full link video, is going to be linked in the description below. He's explaining everything. He brings DMs and text and everything. So if you want to watch the full detailed explanation to why, I'm here just to share my opinion, my thoughts on certain things that he said, and also try to predict what I think is going to happen in the future between him and Melina. All right, so anyway, he initiated the divorce because she met this guy named Pete from Sweden, I guess, and he was very controlling of her, right? And she's explaining all this to Destiny while they're still together, right? She's still married to Destiny. She's explaining she met this guy named Pete, and they're sleeping together, and somehow she accidentally told Destiny that Pete is living with her in Sweden in her apartment, and they that she has this whole entire different life with this guy in Sweden, I guess. So she's explaining this to Destiny. Anyway, this guy was controlling. He was telling her who to talk to, who not to talk to, all these things. And not only that, he would even use suicide to control her. He would say, "I'm having suicidal thoughts if you don't come talk to me." He would indicate that he might just commit suicide if she doesn't listen to him and obey him. And she does. And independent woman, this very intellectual woman, this freaking whore is what she is. A dumb whore. A dumb bimbo. She goes to this guy continuously, leaving Destiny, who gave her everything, right? Gave her the clout. Gave her everything she has. Anyway, she goes to this guy. And again, she's still spending more time with this guy, Destiny. He's trying to push her away from this guy like he's bad news, but she keeps going back to this guy. Eventually, Destiny just had enough from the lies, because she continues to lie for this guy. And she was telling her everything about Destiny to this guy. And, this guy was very jealous of Destiny, and he, made it apparent, obviously, because, he's very controlling. He's trying to, he's telling her who not to talk to and all these things, right? So he's a very jealous guy, very, very dangerous guy. I don't get why she's still going back to this freaking obviously dangerous guy that can possibly do some harm to her and himself, whatever. Anyway, after so many lies, Destiny realized that there's the relationship between them is not gonna work. He was fed up of the lies. He decided to contact his lawyer, talk to him about divorce. What would happen if he decides to divorce his now ex-wife? Financially wise, would she get anything? Blah 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 blah. His lawyer assured him that she doesn't have really a case for any type of inheritance or whatever. But anyway, so Destiny sends the papers to his ex-wife. She signs them right away. Divorce ended, that's it. It's final. Right? Now they're divorced. Right? So Destiny continues to explain that after the divorce, they had some back and forths, but she decided to block him, and they haven't spoke for weeks, or it's a couple of weeks, I guess. I don't know how long. But then suddenly she texts him back because she has an issue with her apartment in Sweden, a financial issue. So she calls Destiny looking for financial help, and she goes and tries to gaslight, like, oh, oh, I didn't really thought you was gonna divorce me. I didn't really think that you was gonna submit those papers. Blah 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 blah. I never wanted the divorce. Or at least she sent somebody to explain that to Destiny, that your ex-wife Melina never wanted to divorce in the first place. That she thought he was upset, and she signed those papers because she was upset. Blah, whatever the case may be. But clearly, that she's a lying hole, and she's just trying to manipulate Destiny even further. Um, so Destiny is like that point. That's what is that right now with Destiny and Melina, right? But here's my thing. Here's what I think is going to happen. Now, first off, again, Destiny's open relationship idea, this concept, which is not just Destiny shit, but it is something that exists in this society, in this world, that people think having an open relationship is healthy and is somehow superior than a traditional relationship. No, it's freaking it, isn't. And the fact here is, Melina went with a man who's he's not an alpha by no means, but he's definitely has some manly trait, at least more than Destiny. But he's a dangerous piece of shit. So he's a really dangerous guy, right? But what I mean by manly traits, I'm talking about the jealousy type. Women love that shit. Bitches love that shit. I don't care how much they freaking lie. Subconsciously, when they see you not giving a damn about them and who they talk to, if they flirting right in front of you with some other guy, then you're not respected by them. They, they don't see you as a person to respect, as a leader and etc. Like a real man. But if some guy shows that he's that type of guy, that he is jealous because he does consider you a part of him and his domain, they respect that because that's what they want. They want to feel like they are a part of your domain. That they're in your territory, meaning they're a part of. And you know exactly the word I'm trying to use here, but I'm refraining from using it because I don't want to hear no bullshit. Oh, how can you even say that? Women are not property. You're his, he's yours. That's basically what I'm saying here. All right, and men also love that shit, right? They love that shit too. That a woman is, protective of their man, and not to the extent of you being irrational and shit like, but you know what I mean, right? So anyway, she found a man that has that type of trait, that's jealous, that only wants her with him and nobody else, and and etc. So it's very ironic because her branding is that this independent woman and I'm in this open relationship, and I believe this relationship type is superior than the traditional relationship when the marriage sanctity is pure and innocent and traditional. No, this whole branding of her is collapsing, and I think the only reason she has some financial issues, because I can't really think, this is obviously speculation from now on, is because she's just ruined herself. Destiny was the pillar her whole branding was built on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the backbone for her business as this independent woman. Because they created this image of a relationship, of this open what is the freaking word? Polytheist? No, it's not polytheist. What is it? Okay, we have two types: monogamous and polygamous. Polygamous relationship. Anyway, so here's what I think is going to happen next. Destiny is probably going to get sued by his ex-wife, Melina, for whatever reason she could find because she's broke. And Melina, before that happens, is gonna try to manipulate Destiny to accepting her back. And Destiny, so far, proved to be a very rational, very stoic type, actually, which is surprising, considering he's a liberal cuck. But I feel like he's gonna be strong enough, and I'm hoping, I guess, for him that he's gonna see through her and not really mess with her at all, and not take her back or help her in any way, buddy. Don't help that hoe for any reason, for any, like, in any way. Okay, she doesn't deserve it. All right, she went with this guy who's clearly a dangerous individual, a disturbed individual, rather than sticking with you, who helped her career and allowed her to explore her independence, sexuality, whatever bullshit, nastiness, disgustingness. Anyway, she doesn't deserve your help, is what I'm trying to say here. But I think this is what's gonna happen. I feel like Melina, when she finds out that Destiny has doesn't want nothing to do with her, he's not gonna help her in any way, that she's gonna go ahead and try to lawyer up and sue this guy and make it seem like she was tricked to signing those papers. And that's what I think is going to happen. Leave a comment down below. Again, if you want to watch the full exposure of Melina by Destiny, explaining everything and showing evidence of the conversations they had, you can find the link down below. But what do you guys think? You think Melina deserves a second chance with Destiny after all the shit she put him through? I mean, it just doesn't make sense that he would give her that chance, especially choosing this freaking despicable human being over Destiny, who seems like a nice guy, even though I disagree with a lot of shit he says, and I honestly think he's a liberal cuck who's just one of the worst human beings, because for the simple fact that he's a leftist, and that's enough for me to label him as a despicable human being. I'm sure it's enough for a lot of people, considering the climate. Anyway, peace out.